And also, he lives in London, and they're shooting in England, so that's. I think he can get away with it.
The Queen lives in London too. I don't know that she's
I think the Queen's in Star Wars Episode 7.
Anyone that's in England
Everyone is
in the movie.
They're in the movie as extras. And my rap album, G Cannon, is coming out next week. You'll be
Is
seeing
that with one N or two N's?
It's one N.
Oh, really?
It's like I'm just doing all Boba Fett freestyle. It's a full-on rap album, all Star Wars-based themes. No John Williams bites.
I'll beatbox for you.
Beatboxing by John Campea. Look for it on all the interwebs.
I'm so excited. To quote Lonely Island, I jizzed in my pants. Charles Xavier has got this son who's a bit of a psychopath. He's got huge multiple personality, okay? Like lots of them running around. His name is Legion. Anyway, Legion decides in his own little twisted mind that he's going to now make his dad's life better instead of worse. And the way he's going to make his life better is by going back in time and killing Charles Xavier's arch nemesis, Magneto, therefore making Charles Xavier's life wonderful and grand. The problem is, when Legion goes back in time to kill Magneto, Magneto and Xavier are still best friends, and Xavier saves Magneto's life by sacrificing his own. So now Charles Xavier is dead, and then it comes back to modern day, looking at the present as if Charles Xavier died 20 years ago or whatever. And Magneto is now actually a hero because he was so moved by the self-sacrifice of his friend Charles Xavier, and he started and formed the X-Men in honor of his friend Charles Xavier saved his life. And in the absence of Charles Xavier, Apocalypse and Sabanur rises to power, takes over an entire continent, and is just creating mass genocide of the human race everywhere he goes. Now Magneto is the lone hero with his ragtag group of X-Men, some of whom in our regular timeline are actually villains, is leading them and resisting them against Apocalypse. Have I lost you yet? Probably.
Robert DeFaro wants to know, in your opinion, what is the most overrated film you've seen?
Well, I'm talking about, for me, it's, but everybody else loves it, which is by definition what overrated that means. Blade Runner. I'm not a fan of Blade Runner. I know, everybody always looks at me stupid, I get it.
I don't even think you've seen it. I think you fell asleep and had a dream about Blade Runner. I just watched it again last week. It's incredible. Most overrated for me, Star Wars. Just kidding.
What?
Overrated, like I'll say The Counselor because that's a film that I had the worst time at.
Counselor, no one's rated that movie.
love it for it to be overrated.
These I can't think off the cuff.
Yeah, Jar Jar Binks is overrated.
Yeah, he's kind of overrated, Counselor.
Lawrence of Arabia for me is really boring.
Blasphemy! Oh wait, I've got one that's overrated. The Amazing Spider-Man 2.
Yeah.
Overrated.
Well, once again, something has to be universally
Loved.
beloved for it to be considered overrated.
I can't think of one right
What about you, Crystal? You got a movie you think is really overrated?
I mean, I like all the ones that are overrated,
Yeah.
so you might not want to ask me.
Carrot
I'd be the
Top's
worst
chairman of the
person to
board.
ask that question. Mortal Instruments, my favorite. No, I'm just kidding.
No, but I just thought of my favorite 80s action. Conan the Barbarian!
Oh, yeah.
Eliminate the women.
Will Martinko's clearly a guy after my heart. Any news on the Mortal Instruments sequel? The last thing I heard was that the director dropped out.
I saw it in a theater empty with an old woman.
Yeah.
Me and my friend were laughing about the movie the whole time.
And she wrote the books.
Yeah, that's right.
She wrote the books.
That's why she was crying. She was crying, weeping uncontrollably. No one's here. They're ruining it.
Right. For now, I'm going to have to sell this. And are you kidding me? Buy this. This is Viagra for the eyes. This is an X. Yeah, this ain't a B wing or a Y wing or an A wing or this. That's look. Obviously, there's some adaptation going on. 30 years. I love how battered it looks. I love that it looks aged. This could be a relic from the old Imperial Wars that they had with the rebellion. I think it's awesome.
For 3 seconds, I thought John had hit his head on like the kitchen sink or something like that this morning.
I'm following the comments board right now, the chat board, and yes, it's the hashtag Viagra for the eyes. I'm a fan of Downton Abbey. I am. I'm one of the watchers of Downton Abbey.
I also have to admit I'm a Downton Abbey fan. I was watching
the
first 4 episodes on the plane to New York and back.
We could form our own support group.
Yes, men who like Downton Abbey.
Men who like Downton Abbey.
What is your favorite movie song? Mine's Don't Forget About Me.
You're the best
around.
Supercalifragilisticexpialidocious.
I've got it.
What do you got?
Nobody does it better.
Nobody does.
That's mine.
it better.
I just want. I could watch
Yeah.
the Schneppinator do it.
Yeah, let's just have
do it.
you sing all the best movies. That's
Yeah.
a great question,
Baby,
Joseph.
you're the best.
I still love it. And I gotta do it if I get my chance to do it. The best YouTube video I saw is Arnold singing "Let It Go." Let it go, let it go. Can't hold it back anymore. Come on. To hear that was amazing.
I just
It's
wanna
a
hear
great
you do
song.
it.
It's very fantastic to do. I said I'd do it once. I was doing it here, so there you go.
Oh my God.
Come on, Chrisley. What do we got next?
That was so scary. I was like, wait, what happened?
That's right.
All right,
Arnold's in the
Thomas,
building.
That's right.
Schnapp, buy or sell another Flash Gordon movie.
Here we go.
He'll save every one of us, every man, every woman, every child. It's Flash. Come on.
Sorry.
Yes, as long as it's not like the cheesy television series. Well, I can't wait to see it. What a weird movie to have as your all-time favorite film, Spring Breakers. There are other movies you could watch. He's like, I've just seen Spring Breakers every day for the last year. Every day, Spring Breakers. It's like weird, strange. I respect your decision.
And on top of that, everyone who's part of the Oscars they're old enough to have seen Ben-Hur in the theater. So they're like, what's this, heresy of remake,
They're going to feel about the remake the way you feel about the Raid remake.
Exactly.
I've already seen Ben-Hur.
I can't believe they're remaking Ben-Hur. Yeah.
All right, what's next? See, everybody knows I live, breathe, eat, crap Star Wars. Star Wars is my life. So when I heard that Peter Mayhew, the original Chewbacca, was coming back, I couldn't care less. There is nothing about the performance of Chewbacca that Peter Mayhew can uniquely bring.
I will argue that point.
Oh, really? I'd love to hear it.
Playing,
Change my mind, damn
when
it.
they were playing chess on the Millennium Falcon, a lot of that stuff he did. He's the one who added that. He's the one who added all those
That's
movements.
fine. You tell somebody else couldn't
Sorry,
do this.
that's called acting, yo. Sorry.
Okay.
Like, he is Chewbacca. If they got someone else to play Chewbacca, he wouldn't have those same movements. He wouldn't be Chewbacca. That's my argument. Chewbacca's different. Like, watch the Star Wars Holiday Special. All those other Wookiees can get out of here. Chewbacca's the only one.
I can't believe you brought up the Star Wars Holiday Special in any kind of positive context. That's
right.
That's a first I've ever seen.
Defending Chewbacca.
Some people are saying in the chat board right now that we should do the next AMC versus Peter Mayhew as Chewbacca or not as Chewbacca.
I completely agree. That's like Fellman is like, they pushed him out to take the fall. Like, you're the one who's going to be saying we're moving, not me. Get Fellman to do it. So he's like forced out. At this point in time, being pushed off the ledge, we had decided we're not, forget it. They're moving. I know you guys were talking about having her be a Sith, which would be awesome.
Yeah.
My
Right?
God, you have her as a Sith. You open the screen, you do a fade from a star field down to this world, and then zoom in on this world, and on the top of this building, you see some kind of lightsaber fight, and the camera pans around, and as she's spinning around, you see Lupita Nyong'o with like 2 red lightsabers in her hand.
Yes.
Done! I'm done!
See what I just
like,
did?
So
I
excited.
opened up the John Campea sweat basket. He just exploded. I was like, what if she was a Sith?
I'd be so freaking excited.
Yeah, it's awesome casting.
Ah!
Wow.
I'm really excited about this.
Love it.
I'm super stoked. So yes, that is all great.
Like, Bill
Always the
Bixby,
one
white
pose.
eyes, like weird freaky hair, It's like doll hair as the Hulk, and little pajama slippers when he'd be running. Like, even as a kid, it's like, where'd the Hulk get those slippers? As a kid, I remember I was like, he has green slippers. Anyway.
JC Collins writes, what does Power Rangers need to get you excited about the remake?
Cancellation.
I hate it. I hate it so much. And look, there are exceptions to everything, and I'll get to a couple of exceptions here in a second. But you know what they're talking about, right? It's where somebody who isn't intelligent enough to know how to actually speak in sentences, and they don't have enough knowledge to actually communicate, so they have to, okay, say these 5 words, blah, blah, blah. Now what's the next fact? Now say the next 5 words and cut it. So basically what happens is their videos look like this. Now they're over here. Now they're talking, and it's garbage. About 5 years ago, I did 2 movie reviews in that style. And I did them, and I sat back and I looked at them and I said, wow, I look like a jackass. And I decided not to do that anymore. It sucks. I really hate it. Is anybody in the chat board saying anything about the secretary?
Not so much the secretary, but a lot of hashtag bring on the filthy.
Oh yeah, bring on the filthy. For those of you who don't know, I was talking about 50 Shades of Grey the other day, and I said, the book is pretty filthy, but I didn't want to sound like I was being a prude. And so I said, look, and I've got no problem with the filthy. Bring on the filthy. I love the filthy. And that suddenly on Twitter, I'm finding all these hashtags, bring on the filthy. And a couple of people even made GIF memes, like these animated GIFs of me going, bring on the filthy. It was kind of funny. So you mentioned loving Optimus Prime. Me and my friend used to joke around, but this is probably true from childhood. We all have our own moral compass, but there are 3 people who could influence me and tell me to do the most immoral things, and I will do it. Santa Claus, Chewbacca, and Optimus Prime.
It's a pretty good list.
And if they Chewbacca could tell me to do, and Optimus Prime could tell me to do.
John, none of those people are real. None of them exist.
Kill them. I'd say
Santa Claus doesn't exist.
Like he could say,
one of those people does exist.
Like Optimus Prime could say, John, go and kick that 5-year-old child in the face, and I'd say, yes, Optimus Prime. Whatever you say, Optimus Prime.
This just got really dark.
That's just how I grew up.
Right.
World.
I mean, I'm sure the dialogue's not going to be like Little Miss Star Wars. You know what I mean? It's like them having like some kind of weird conversation.
Because that's just how we're rolling today.
Was
everybody.
JGL Robin? That's going to be like 10 of the questions.
All right, so I've got the mailbag open. Let's pick one here. I'm going to just start with fictional characters. Okay, coming from Anthony Perez. And the email reads from Anthony Perez, hey, all, love the show. I'm writing because I want to play a little game with all of you. Me and my friends like to fake game called Fictional Posse, which is basically a what-if scenario. Say the world is at war. Government is crumbling and chaos. Chaos is loose on the streets. The only people you could trust are the 5 hand-picked members of your team. These people will be your closest confidants, and they will fight alongside of you into battle. What 5 fictional characters, whether from film, TV, or literature, would you pick to fight alongside of you? Mine are the Incredible Hulk, Sam Winchester from Supernatural, the reprogrammed T-800, Blade, and Maximus from Gladiator. So choose wisely, and thanks. Okay, so the first question is, we're going into a fight, the world's in apocalypse, we got to pick 5 fictional characters to be our posse. Who do you pick? I'll start with this one. Yeah. Number 1, Superman. Done. What about you guys? I don't need 4 more. I got Superman. Done. Seriously. If you're going to pick any 5, if we're going to take Superman out of it, who would I pick? I don't know. Liam Neeson from Taken.
Not a Zeus.
Not as,
that's too powerful.
No, let me rephrase. Number 1, I will take Liam Neeson from Taken. I will take number 2, Liam Neeson from Clash of the Titans. Number 3, I will take Liam Neeson from not the Highlander. What was that one where he came out like after the?
Dark Knight. Yeah, wasn't he? He was like.
Well, yeah, I'll take Liam Neeson from Dark Knight as Ra's al Ghul. I will then take Liam Neeson
as from Darkman
when he was as Darkman, and number 5 when he was that Scottish warrior in the old time.
Rob Roy.
Rob Roy. So yeah, number 1 Liam Neeson from. I will take 5 Liam Neesons. That is my posse. Dennis.
I will pick 5 Jaegers and I will pilot them all. It was just going to be me in 5 different ones.
Dennis piloting 5 Jaegers all at once. I don't even know if I could fight that.
Okay,
unless
I will take off Liam Neeson from the number 5 spot. And since Dennis is piloting 5 Jaegers, I will put Dennis Zen in my number 5 spot.
As all 5 Jaegers?
As all 5
I don't know. How can I beat that? Maybe perhaps with Beetlejuice as my number 1 choice. Let's go with Garfield, the animated version, Bill Murray voicing it.
Because he's animated, yo. I mean, like, what is somebody going to do to him? How are they going to stop him?
Yeah, you can't stop an animated cartoon. They're not even real. Let's see. Bizarro Superman.
That's not bad. Yeah,
from the Superman from Superman 4, the edited scenes that only exist on YouTube. You could just search out Superman 4 Quest for Peace Bizarro deleted scenes. That's the character that I'm picking. So that's 3.
The baby from Look Who's Talking.
Even though I wasn't going to say that, I will steal Dennis Jägermeister choice right here, and my fifth one is Black Bolt. So
that's
he
a
just
nice one.
he just shuts everything down when he opens his mouth. So
Okay, so there we go. We got a team of 5 Liam Neesons, 5 piloted Jaegers, and a team led by Beetlejuice. I like these picks. I think we're doing well.